Hi, this is Buck Moore. When I'm not teaching at the college and I'm not doing sound work and live sound and all that kind of stuff, I like to make a movie once in a while. And I'm going to show you in 11 basic steps how to make a movie. So I've worked on well over 100 video projects, film and video projects. I don't know how many. That just represents literally thousands of hours of being on set, shooting, editing, just working with cameras and audio for like years, and I really like the process. So my friend Col, my associate and friend Coleman, and I are starting a series of seminars and consulting, lunch and learns, that type of thing. But for now, I just want to go through these 11 steps and show you how, well, there's a lot to the steps, and I'd break them down more in person, but for now, let's just go with number one, the idea. You need an idea. Whatever the idea is, it could be a very, very simple idea. For example, for my cell phone movie, I chose the idea of what happens when two idiots can't put their cell phones down for even a second. That's it. I started with that idea. And once I wrote that down as a tagline, just a short phrase, I began to go, you know what are the possibilities here? So if you're going to make your first film, pick something that you know and stick with that. But anyways, let's go back to the idea. Once you get the idea, the rest will follow. Great, so now you have your idea, then you start to write a treatment and then a script. So the treatment is an expanded version of the original idea. So if you had like a tagline written in like one sentence or so, then the treatment is now going to introduce characters, locations, and kind of try to flesh out the story, but in a nutshell. So it's going to be, like I say, for a short film, like my Scarehouse film, I could do the treatment in maybe 2 pages. It's a 20-minute film. If it was a feature-length film, I might need a few more pages for the treatment. And then I start writing the script, going, okay, now the script, I'm going to finalize the idea, finalize everything, finalize the story from beginning till end. How does it open? Who are the characters? What do we see? The major actions, the major events, character development, the plot twists. There are going to be plot twists, and we can talk about that at a later time. But basically, all the dialogue, the settings, and then you have a complete story with the script. And you use that script to give to the actors or potential actors, and then everybody follows the story. Because now the story is in script form. I would write the script in Final Draft. I have a copy of Final Draft. Or Celtx. Or there's various free software programs you can use to write scripts, but it should be in script format in Courier font number 12, which is an estimate of 1 minute per script page. So you know how long the movie is approximately going to be, give or take a page or two here and there. So it's going to take a little while to write the script. It's going to probably take longer than a lot of things because you want to get the story right. That's the important part of the script. Let's move on. Okay, once you get a script done, you're going to need a shot list. You need a way to pre-visualize what's going to be shown to people. So on the big screen or small screen, internet, whatever, what do you visualize being seen? So you go through the shots or the ideas one by one, and like this is where you gotta know the basic camera angles, like wide shot, medium shot, which would be like this, close-up, which would be like this, and extreme close-up, which would be parts of the face or close-ups of hands or something like that. But we need all those shots written down. What do you expect to see? You don't have to use every single shot that's ever been conceived, but you got to know the shot so that you have a choice of how you want to show the action unfolding, how you want to tell the story with the shots. What kind of camera movements are you going to use? Is it going to be on a tripod, a dolly, a Steadicam, handheld? What kind of style you're looking for. In editing, whether it's yourself or somebody else editing, they got enough coverage to be able to cut the story together. What about the camera? What kind of camera do you need to actually make your story come to life? Well, there's a lot of different things to consider when considering what kind of camera to rent or buy or borrow. All cameras are different and they all do different things. For example, I have an Action Cam by Sony, excellent camera with a large chip. The large chip makes a difference, right? I have a smaller camera, handheld, small format, almost all automatic, but it's a specialty camera and that's got certain features that these other cameras don't have. But this camera here allows me to shoot in very low light. It allows me to shoot time lapse, and there's a super slow motion as well. So it's got certain features that are very valuable depending on what I'm shooting and what story I'm telling. The camera behind me has got a 30x optical zoom, yet a smaller chip than the main camera I use, which is the Canon HFS 200 at the moment, and it's full HD 24p, so they all have different frame rates. So what frame rate are you going to shoot at? 24p, 30p, 60i. Is it going to have an optical stabilizer and optical zoom versus digital stabilizer and digital zoom? But what I'm focusing on right now is using probably what you have already to make a film of any sort. Do you need audio to go directly to your camera? It's not about how expensive the camera is, it's about what camera or cameras you need to tell the story. Oh, I rang my guitar there. Okay, next step.